Welcome back. The time is now 5:46 on your Wednesday morning. Now, the Super Bowl is quickly approaching, and even though we don't know which teams are facing off yet, many Americans are preparing for their annual Super Bowl watch parties.
Well, it won't be the Bears.
Okay.
regardless of which teams are playing, one of the best things about a Super Bowl party is the food.
That is right. So if you've been tasked with taking a dish to one of those parties and you have no clue what to bring, don't worry, I want to help you out. So today I'm going to teach you how to make my recipe for sweet and sour meatballs. This is one that's run in my family for a long time. So I made half of the recipe last night, and you guys are going to try it in a bit, but I brought all the ingredients to kind of show you guys how to make it today at home, some of which I couldn't bring with me. So some of it is ground beef. You're going to want to have about 3 to 5 pounds, and I did not do that much because I'm broke. So there's that.
Right. We don't get paid till Friday.
So you're going to want to make sure you guys get about 3 to 5 pounds of ground beef. And then you're going to want this seasoned Italian style breadcrumbs.
Okay.
And all you're going to do is mix that ground beef with about a cup of Italian breadcrumbs. And as you mix that together, you want to pour a little bit of cold water with that at the same time. And that consistency of the meat is going to kind of turn fluffy. That's the only way I can kind of describe it as. You will be able to tell once that consistency changes. And so I have some of those meatballs right there for you, and I put them all into balls.
So it's kind of like making a meatloaf in ways.
Exactly. You do get messy doing this, but it's kind of fun. Yeah. So I made those ahead of time for us, and then I did make some last night.
You shaped those really nice.
I tried my best.
Look at you.
Thank you. I've practiced. We're not going to do anything with it quite yet.
Okay.
But when I tell you this recipe is so easy because all you have to do is literally mix grape jelly and chili sauce.
Okay.
That's it.
Wow.
So if you want to go ahead and take that grape jelly, Nathan.
Okay.
And I'm going to go ahead and give you the spatula over here.
All right.
And when you do this recipe, if you're doing the 3 to 5 pounds of ground beef, you are going to do the entire can of it, or you do an entire bottle. But for today's sake, since we're doing about a quarter of the recipe, we're not going to do the whole thing.
Right.
Let's do about a third of it.
Okay.
Go ahead and just put some in there, and I'll tell you when to stop.
All right. So put it in.
Yep, go ahead.
Just go ahead and scoop it, baby.
All right.
I trust you.
Tell me when it's too much, okay?
I'll tell you when.
All right.
You never have too much.
Keep going, keep going, keep
Luther
going, and stop. That's about good.
All right.
Perfect.
Oops.
It's okay. We like making messes because then you can clean it
That's what
up.
makes it fun.
You can lick it. It's jelly. There you go.
Defeats the purpose of having the glove.
Exactly. Well, I guess I should have told you to put it on your left hand.
That's true.
All right, well, Brianna, I'm going to go ahead and have you put the rest of that chili sauce in the pot over here.
Okay, yes, ma'am. Excuse me.
Go ahead, shake it out. There you go. Woohoo.
Shake it off. Shake it off.
And when you go ahead and make this at home and do the full recipe, again, you're going to do this entire bottle of chili sauce as well. I just got this from Kroger. Usually I get it from Aldi, but they didn't have any. And when you're done using the bottle, what I do is I fill it up with water, shake it up, and then pour it in there as well. But I don't have water handy right now, so we're just going to make do with what we have. Once you add that water and everything, you'll kind of notice the consistency of the sauce. It starts boiling, and you kind of see it simmering and everything. And actually, I'm going to ask one of our camera ops to get my water bottle from the other table, if that's okay.
So you want to go ahead and...
I'm just going to pour it right in.
Okay.
All right.
Oh, that's Brianna's. But she can fill it up. That's okay.
Get her
like,
water
no,
bottle
get
because
hers.
I've already drunk out of that one. I do not want that pouring into the sauce. Yeah, see?
Thank you. All right, we're just going to go ahead and pour some in there. That's about good. You don't need to do too much. You just kind of eye it, and then we're going to go ahead and take that spatula and just mix it up. Nothing crazy over here. Just mix and mix and mix. And the only thing that takes long about this recipe is just the waiting and mixing up your meatballs and just rolling them. But soon, once you let your sauce simmer, you're just going to kind of see it rise a little bit. But eventually, once it kind of mixes together, that's when you're going to go ahead and put your meatballs in. That's fine to go ahead and put them in right now if you'd like to go ahead and do that, Brianna.
Okay, so for when you're at home making this,
Yeah.
Do you do your sauce and let it simmer first as you roll your meatballs together?
You
So
can.
that way by the time...
You can, and I should have done that, but I didn't.
Work smarter, not harder.
Exactly. You're right. You're very right. And I always get worried when I make these sweet and sour meatballs that the sauce doesn't cover the meatballs. I always worry. But once you go ahead and let it boil for a little bit, then you're gonna go ahead and turn it down, cover it. And that's when you start to see the sauce go over the meatballs, and it is A-okay, so you don't have to worry about it. But then you're gonna go ahead and let it cover, sit there for about an hour, and then you're
Okay, let's
done.
go ahead and taste the ones you pre-made.
Yeah,
Yes,
please. I put out some
yes.
forks for you guys.
Okay, perfect.
There you
Lovely.
go. We're gonna go ahead and
Right.
cover it. My pan is kind of jacked, or my pot is kind of jacked because I clearly use it so much. Let's go ahead and move this over for you guys. They are
All
very
right.
hot. Hopefully you like it. And if you don't, can you just lie for me?
Just lie. Of course I would.
I've been told my facial expressions can kind of, you know, let's see.
Are they good?
Took a big bite. Really good.
Really hot. Okay, Sheridan.
Don't burn yourself.
This
Are
is
they
great.
good?
That's good.
You like them?
No faking here. This is amazing.
Really? What
Really
do you
good.
rate it out of 10? You can be honest. Please chew first.
Okay,
At least a
hot.
9.5. It's
Really?
great.
Oh,
This is a
thanks,
real
guys.
winner.
And just so you guys know, if you do have any leftovers and you put it in the fridge, you are going to see a layer of fat overnight. It's going to be about orange. Don't worry about that. It's because the fat is obviously going to
From the ground beef.
Yeah. So just go ahead and warm it up, and that orange is going to go away. But anyways, I'm going to go ahead and put this on our website, seeitproud.com, so you guys can make it at home for your Super Bowl games.
I'm going to have
and-
to try this.
Yeah, it's really good, really easy. But we're going to go ahead and turn it over to you,
Yeah.
Nathan. Give us the weather forecast.
All right.